Thank you all for checking in with us here at Next Level Catching Academy. We have a catcher pop-up to work through here. Now, it ends up being a pop-up priority play, but I think there's a couple of good teaching moments we want to get through nice and quickly here. This is a high-level D1 college baseball game. I'm positive these guys have worked on this many times before, as we do at some of our training events. So let's take a look at some of the learning moments here. So number one, we know that the higher the pop-up is hit, the more it's going to bend back towards the mound. Now, I know it's going to be a little difficult because the camera is moving, but on these pop-ups that are way, way up in the air, they're going to bend back towards the mound, okay? So this is important because this sets us up with a good route. Now, you're going to even see this third baseman here as he's approaching. Yes, he does make the play, but notice the route that he takes, okay? It's very similar to the route that our catcher would take potentially if he were going to make this play. He ends up kind of falling towards that foul line, towards fair territory. And again, as catchers, we can approach this play in a manner that's going to help us execute the catch. If our catcher were to go to make this play, he would also be working his way towards that foul line and potentially stumbling on that. So again, identifying a proper route. Now, our guy does a phenomenal job. He does a great job of getting out and calling the ball early, right? So kudos on that. We want to always anticipate that whatever pop-up we have in our area, we want to expand it as much as possible, that we're going to make the play until we're called off. All right, so he does a fine job there. Now, here's where we would like him to work kind of an opposite angle as he kind of goes directly to the ball. We'd love to see him take a path that's coming from the foul line, allowing him to kind of close towards the backstop a bit with his back towards the mound. That's going to improve his ability to catch the ball as it works back towards his chest. Okay, now if you've been around baseball long enough, you've seen kind of catchers do the equivalent of kind of flopping on their back or jumping behind their head to try and catch the ball, sometimes missing it. And that's what we're trying to avoid here. We're trying to take a good route and make this catch as easy as possible. Again, understanding that the higher it is, the more it's going to curve back. The lower it is, the less we have to worry about getting behind the ball. So again, we like to teach you, let's get 2 big steps behind the ball on a route, and let's catch it moving towards the backstop. Okay, now let's move on to our second learning moment here. Our second learning moment here is going to be with our mask awareness. All right, so he is moving to his left, and by this point, he's a good 3 strides out of his catcher stance. He should have tossed the mask in the opposite direction. What this does is this is going to ensure that even if we do misread it a little bit, that we are not stumbling back over it. This is also going to ensure the safety of others around us, right? And so our catcher here kind of tosses it in the same direction that he's moving and actually puts himself and his third baseman in jeopardy of tripping over that and decreasing the opportunity or the percentage of executing this play. Okay, so not only is it a safety thing because you could hit somebody, but now we're talking about impeding ourselves from making this play. So catchers, as you're coming out of your stance, boom, toss it in the opposite direction that you're going. Usually umpires will get out of the way pretty easily. We don't want to create more traffic for ourselves or our other teammates as we move to some of these balls. And we want to make sure that we get after these with confidence, that we work on them in practice. Again, if you don't have a place where you can come out and practice these, visit our website, nextlevelcatchingacademy.com, to see when we're having our upcoming trainings, as we do work on these off of a fungo and off of machines. Coaches, if you want to learn how to teach catchers a little bit more about the catching position, whether it's these pop-ups here or tag plays or receiving, blocking, we have a great catching curriculum for you guys. We have that on our website as well. So thank you guys for checking in. We'll see you soon.